get your take on it. People of color, according to Axios, are buying guns at higher rates than ever before. Heightened violence, including new homicide records, a rise in anti-Asian hate crimes, and national attention to police brutality, like the George Floyd case and other similar instances, have all pushed more Black, Latino, and Asian Americans to turn to firearms for self-protection. So this is really interesting. Minorities buying guns. Now, politically, this has all sorts of ramifications because in states like Nevada, the Democrats already have a Hispanic problem. Florida, too, for a multitude of reasons. But the top line is the Hispanics are abandoning the Democratic Party in I don't want to say in droves, but in sizable and noticeable numbers. So a lot of folks are wondering if this new wave of Black, Latino, and Asian gun owners, could spell trouble for the Democrats in battleground states in 2020. Number one, one of the factors here, and obviously if you have a theory as to why this is the case, I'm going to give you some statistics, but the top line is what I just said. The top line is what I just said, and I'll give you the numbers in a second. Fear of crime is one of the leading factors here. Fear of crime in the United States is the highest that it's been, according to Gallup, since 2016. Now, the initial surge in gun purchases was driven partly by the pandemic as fear and uncertainty set in. That's according to Mark Oliva, the spokesperson for the Firearm Industry Trade Association, the Shooting Sports Foundation. Here are some retailer surveys by this National Shooting Sports Foundation. Listen to this. Between 2019 and 2020, not a lot of time, 1 year, there was a 58% increase in African Americans buying guns. There was a 49% increase in Hispanic Americans buying guns. That's their nomenclature, not mine. 43% increase in Asian Americans buying guns. These rates of increase remain unchanged between 2020 and 2021 among nearly 60% of retailers. So understand what I'm saying. Almost 60%, there was a 60% increase in Black gun owners from 2019 to 2020, and then again, about a 60% increase in Black gun owners from 2020 to 2021. According to Axios, with these anti-Asian hate crimes splashed across the news, many Asian Americans felt that their only option was to turn to firearms. That's according to Chris Cheng, founding board member of the Asian Pacific American Gun Owners Association. It was an awakening for Asian Americans to say, how do I avoid becoming the next Atlanta spa shooting victim? And who could blame them? High-profile cases of police brutality drove many Blacks to take their safety into their own hands, according to Douglas Jefferson, the senior vice president of the National African American Gun Association. Listen to these numbers. These are real numbers. Over 10,000 people joined the National African American Gun Association in the past 2 years. The Defund the Police movement, which aims to shift resources from police to social services, made some Latino immigrants wary, according to Gabby Franco, a Venezuelan firearms instructor who's taught many Latinos. Many come from countries with high crime rates and have firsthand experience with underfunded police. It's like, for me to pursue my dreams, I need to make sure that I stay alive. That's what Gabby Franco told Axios. Gun violence, no question about it, disproportionately affects Black, American Indian, and Latino communities. What's your take on why minorities are all of a sudden buying more guns. Do you think there's more to it than what I just said? What do you think the political ramifications will be? What do you think the ramifications will be in terms of crime? Will we see more gun violence, less, or about the same?